Back in the house with a 9-4.
You did good, sir.
I feel like Princess Peach, rose gold on my Mercedes. Rose gold on my bitch, looking like her name Mercedes. I need a hoe who down, my little eyes, what up ladies? Switched out the friendly smile, but the face that reads, fuck you pay me. Ain't got rabies, I just overdose off coke, and if I know, they hope I die.
What's up, guys? We are back for a very depressing episode.
Very depressing episode.
This is technically our last episode of this season, and it's also going to be our recap of our teams as well as our Super Bowl, or the Super Bowl that happened last night.
Mm-hmm.
Man, a lot to talk about. Shitty game. Pretty shitty
actually,
game.
Fucking terrible game.
One thing I want to acknowledge, that reflection that you're seeing right here, it's not here. My camera just does that for some reason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool. I guess it gives off a cool effect. I don't know if I'm blocking it, if it's probably just going on my arm, but whatever. How was your weekend? If you even want to talk about it.
You know what? The weekend was good, guys. All in all, even though Super Bowl didn't end up how I would like it, had wanted it to happen. It was a good weekend. I was working all weekend, but it was good. You know, went by quick. Went by pretty easy, and then Sunday, you know, me and Sam, we were celebrating with Ash and everybody. The Super Bowl fucking sucked, but at least there was some good food there, and I drank a lot. So
Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I was actually pretty sick on Friday and Saturday. I was bedridden all day. I even had to call out of work. My work probably don't believe me, but I was pretty bedridden. Yesterday, me and my brother set up the house. We cooked. Well, I didn't cook, but my brother cooked.
yeah,
I ate some good food, and yeah, we saw the Chiefs completely blow the fucking shit. And
yeah, bro.
man, that was just something, man. Like, at the end of the day, the Eagles are the Eagles, but I just wanted a game, bro. I just wanted a fucking game. At the end of the day, I mean, I wasn't gonna be happy who won. You would have been with the Chiefs. I just would have been glad and satisfied that the Eagles would have been still stuck at one Super Bowl and they would have been kept quiet. But unfortunately, no, bro. Philadelphia's in Gotham City right now.
And they're gonna be annoying for the entire year.
They are, and I saw a fucking video of them burning Kermit.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But
yeah, they're burning everything and fucking breaking into stores and shit.
that's crazy, dog. I can't believe I mean, that's crazy, bro. Like, over a fucking Super Bowl win, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Poor business owners. Other than that, though, again, we addressed it earlier. We're gonna talk about our teams. I'm gonna start first because my team fucking sucked, and his team had a lot more good things to talk about. Man. Okay. Starting off with the fact that Jerry Jones told us he was gonna be going all in this year, but yet somehow the Eagles won the fucking Super Bowl. This was probably the worst year I've ever watched as a Cowboys fan. That's saying a lot because I've witnessed 2015 and I've witnessed 2020. But the thing with 2015, it was after the 2014 season where they're 12-4. Tony Romo, Des Bryant, DeMarco Murray, man, what a year! I remember I started watching Cowboys more or less 2009. That year was good. All I remember was Miles Austin because, of course, that is my favorite, my first favorite Cowboys player. And then the 3 years, 8-8. 2015 happened, but what happened? Tony Romo got hurt, and that's where everything just crumbled. We went to 4-12. 2020, although we had the crappy defense, week one we went against your Rams, and it was shown that our defense couldn't tackle a damn kid if they had to. But our offense was already set to start making numbers, but then Dak got hurt, and that was a horrific ass injury with his ankle. This year, though, it wasn't even. Yes, Dak did get hurt, but he got hurt after we realized that we were fucking shit.
Yeah.
And oh man, just so much bullcrap where Jerry kept freaking trying to cuck us and telling us that we're all in, and then at the trade deadline he trades for Jonathan Mingo, bro. Jonathan Mingo didn't even get a catch till week 15 or week 16, and the fact that despite all this, despite the behind a shitty run game, because Jerry Jones thought that if we signed Zeke, where it was gonna be 2016 again, that didn't work out. Zeke freaking, I feel like no disrespect to my boy Chubby Depp, I feel like Chubby Depp has a faster 40 than Zeke. Because he's just a diva now. He went to go sign with LA, didn't do crap. LA ended up getting not your LA, obviously, the Chargers, but the Chargers. He didn't even get a carry, didn't even appear in the game, and they ended up getting mollywopped by the damn Texans. Yeah. And then of course we had Rico Dowdle, who was a lot at first. Was trying to struggle, and then again, of course, he had to play behind Zeke. But then once I started giving him a little bit more carries, he started to be productive. I mentioned this in the last episode. We'll have to see, though, if they're going to continue with Rico Dowdle. I would hope not in a bad way, but in the league, I think we could pair with Rico Dowdle. And the fact that we still have a good pass game. There's still a lot to be like excited for. It's just the fact that we have that old fart in our fucking front office that we don't know what the fuck is gonna do. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen next year, bro. Like, I don't know. And then we got that stupid ass Cowboys fan, freaky nerdy, tattooing the Super Bowl 60 winners, bro. Like, that's a bad luck. Why the? Oh,
that was bad.
yeah, we're cooked. Other than that, what else happened? We did show a lot of good signs on defense. At first, it was pretty crappy. Of course, week one game, we were mentioning it while we were setting up that week one game was good. We put away the Browns. Of course, towards the season, we realized that wasn't really that much of a good feat. It was Bill Cosby as quarterback. So it was exciting though, because if you would have asked the Cowboys fan in the offseason, they would have told you that we're probably cooked and we don't know what the hell is gonna happen. But that first win was good. But what happened after that? We got murked by the Saints, murked by the Ravens, murked by the Lions, and I honestly can't remember what happened after that because it was just brain fog after that because crappy season. There's a lot to happen, and again, Jerry said that we were going to be all in, and yet our division rival won the Super Bowl, and we were actually somehow still close. All we had to do was win out the rest of the season. And I'm not gonna remember his name because it was a very complicated name, but number 27. I do remember his name.
or
Some shit like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah. There you
go. Screwed it up for us. So we didn't end up making the playoffs. But let's be real, we weren't gonna like have a freaking crazy ass run anyways.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that you could tell that our team just didn't have no morale with itself. Dak Prescott was caught saying that we fucking suck in the fucking sideline.
Yeah.
It was just a horrible season. This is by far like the worst season I've ever seen. I'd rather endure what we went through in 2015 than 2020 than to go through this bullshit. And I still got like 3 more minutes, bro, and I feel like I already hit my point. But for the most part, there's a lot to work on. Obviously, any other team would go for free agency. I'm gonna use the Eagles as an example. Saquon Barkley, bro. Look what the fuck happened. He had the best year as a running back.
Nah, for sure.
He reversed hurdle a fool, bro. Like,
yeah, it was sick.
It was sick. He wasn't really like. They actually kept him like pretty contained yesterday, but even then, it just showed that the Jalen Hurts fucking show was still going on. But at the end of the day, it was still a free agency pickup that helped out the Eagles throughout the year. Jerry's not gonna do that. He's not. He's gonna sign some freaking random ass. Who's a random ass fool?
There's. I don't know. Honestly,
he did sign some fucking 4th string receiver that probably had like 12 catches in 1 year.
We'll see.
So
I don't know. Michael Wilson, bro.
Oh, I love Cedric Wilson. That was during our glory days where we went 3 straight 12-5 seasons. And Cedric Wilson was a diamond in the rough because Wilson had actually been on the team for years before that. But then he finally got his time to shine. Went to Miami, and then he disappeared again.
Exactly, yeah.
But there's a lot to. I think our team could still be very solid. I think for the most part, I think we need to address running back and lineman. But apparently, from reports, they're looking for a receiver in round 1. Not the biggest fan of that because, as I was telling you, we still have CD. Brandon Cooks is starting to get up there, but I still think he could be a solid receiver too to help out CD maybe, or put Jalen Tolbert in receiver too. Have Cooks in the slot. He's a small, speedy guy. Like that's what they're used for. This is a lot to work on. Defensively, I'm a little bit more excited. We have Eric Kendricks. I'm not sure if he is resigned. I know we had him on a 1-year deal.
Yeah,
I would have to double check that, but I can't even say we would resign him because we should, but we would have to wait and see. Kendricks did play solid though. He was that veteran linebacker that helped us out a lot. And Micah Parsons, I mean, it's fucking Micah Parsons. Do I even need to explain?
Exactly.
We still have a lot of good key pieces. Of course, my boy DeMar never shown. That was such a heartbreak when he went down, and it's pretty severe this time. Who knows when he's gonna come back?
Yeah.
But other than that, I guess that's my freaking 6 minutes of me ranting. Tough season, season that I hope to forget and never to think about again. But other than that, we can go on to the positive with your Rams.
Yeah, man. In this season, for my Los Angeles Rams, guys, at the very beginning, it looked like it was rough. It was very rough. And I remember it so vividly, guys. And I remember it. I get excited for every year, because I always think with the certain core of teams we can, do something. And this year, I felt very strongly about that. But what had happened is that we just got, we came in week 1. I remember it, Sunday Night Football against the Detroit Lions, and it was just a very physical game.
It was a really good game.
Yeah, it was a great game, but it was just so physical that we lost linemen, we lost Puka Nakua, lost, some like a lot of key players, you know what I mean? And that seemed to be the story of the first half of the year, guys. I remember it so vividly. Like we were just hurt. We lost. We got blown out by the Cardinals in week 2. That was one of the worst losses ever in the McVay. That's probably the worst loss ever in the McVay era, honestly.
What was the score?
41-10.
That's
41-10.
Damn.
We lost Cooper Kupp in that game. Following week against San Francisco, thankfully we won that game. I remember by a field goal. Good game, but yeah, bro. And then we lost to the Bears, lost to the Packers, and then we go to the bye week, guys, and we were 1-4. You know what I mean? And a lot of teams at that stage in the season, they would give up and they would just ride it out. Let's see what would happen, but not my team, guys. Honestly, like I knew that there was a little hope, but I was just so defeated by that point. But to me, it was good that it happened that early on. I do wish it just a lot of things really came to that point, and then we beat the Raiders, and we beat the Vikings, and then we did
The Vikings game. I think that proved that like you guys were a contender.
No, yeah, like it was. That's where we turned it back up because you know what I mean. Like I always feel with Sean McVay, we have a chance at winning any game, and just our roster was really good this year. Just really, what was missing, guys, was linebackers, and games against the Philadelphia Eagles twice proved that because we couldn't stop Saquon Barkley for shit. He actually rushed the most against us, other than like any other team. He had 255 yards that first game against us, and then he had like 220 in the playoff game. Like that was the biggest pressing issue. It showed a lot throughout the year, and there was a little bit of issues with the offense later on in the year. Like after that Bills game, you remember? Oh, I loved that Bills game. That's one of the best games of the year, guys. When we went to war with the Bills, but after that, it just looked. The offense never looked as good. After that, really. But honestly, it's all right. You know what I mean? Because we literally came back and won the NFC West after that start. It was honestly quite a brilliant season, and even like if it ended the way it did, it was brilliant. You know what I mean? Because I had so much time invested in this year. You know what I mean? Like guys, I lost my job the first week of the year. Actually, the day after that first game, the Lions game. And so I had plenty of time to just, like watch football and just like study football, college football. I had a lot of time. I watched every Rams game, probably watched the majority of, your guys' favorite teams. I watched a lot of the Cowboys games too. You know what I mean? Watched a lot of football this year, guys. And it was just such a fun year. You know what I mean? Honestly, like it was a really good year, a fun year. And, when we went to the playoffs, we beat the fuck out of the Vikings. That was such a fun game, guys. It was in Arizona, of all places. Like, what?
The episode didn't come out, but I'm going to put the clip of you fucking crashing out when I was trying to freaking go inside. It was cold, but go ahead.
It was such a fun game, and, but then, we came to Philadelphia, and honestly, yesterday, I don't know if it makes me feel, like, worse or less worse about, how the season ended, because we're right there. We're right there. I think from being.
And I bet it feels bad the fact that the team that you guys couldn't beat won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I felt when Ohio State won the national championship after they beat us in the freaking semifinal round.
Nah, yeah, that's really how I felt. You know what I mean? It's just what I mean. It was all right though. It's all right because really the team is still young. That team is still really young, and they're changing things up. And to me, I like that because we needed to embrace the youth movement. You know what I mean? A lot of our guys are getting older, but that's why we need to get younger. And I love the crop of rookies. I feel like we have the best crop of rookies in the league, other than maybe the Eagles. You know what I mean? They also had a really great crop of rookies, but we had a lot of good guys. The defensive rookie of the year, Jared Verse.
Yeah.
He was sick. Braden Fisk, his buddy from FSU, a great defensive tackle. We had a lot of really good, just a lot of really good, a lot of positive, this year with everything that was going on. Jalen McCullough, I love him. He's a good cornerback. Bro, we just have a lot of really young guys on the team. Kobe Turner, he's like a second-year guy. The conductor, I love him. He's such a great defensive tackle. Byron Young's a really good pass rusher. We really just need to clean up the middle, the linebackers, and get some new cornerbacks. Is really what the Rams need to do to compete. And I think we're going to have to get a new wide receiver, obviously, because Cooper Kupp seems like he's going to be on his way out.
Yeah.
Really, my wish list right now is I want Tyler Warren or Colston. Tyler Warren from Penn State, tight end, or Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. Because I think we need a dynamic tight end. Last year, the Rams actually tried to trade up in the draft with the Raiders. You know what I mean?
Can't see it was a big ass Raiders flag because we are in my brother's garage.
To draft Brock Bowers, but ultimately, you saw
The Raiders
Brock,
got
got him, and you saw the season he had. What a dynamic year! So
Despite the fact that it was with the crappy Raiders team.
yeah. So I really would like a dynamic tight end. That's on my wish list, but we will also need maybe another. I'm not sure if they will really be pressing too much on another wide receiver because Puka is amazing, but I also feel like Jordan Whittington played really well this year. I feel like he could step up him and
My Longhorn right there.
he was great. So I feel like he could step up into that wide receiver 2 role, or we saw Demarcus Robinson too, so they can go interchangeably. But another running back I think is also another key because we kind of worked Kyron Williams a lot this year. I think we worked him both too much, and man, he had 2 crucial fumbles in that Eagles game. In that playoff game, that was just so. Guys, if he just didn't fumble, oh man, it breaks my heart to think about it. But I still love him. You know what I mean? He's still a really good, young running back. But I do think that we're gonna have to incorporate Blake Corum more next year. But like you said, his running back by committee. I love them too, but I think we're gonna need a bruiser. I think we need a bruiser. For our third back. So yeah, guys. Ultimately, it was a great year for my Rams. Because the way it started, like I said, I've been saying this. Like I'm proud of how they finished. I really wish they finished where the Eagles did, and I really felt like at one point that they were really gonna do that New York Giants type run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately they were a couple plays away, but it happens. You know what I mean? I'm still proud of how they fought, and it's really just a really good year for the young guys. Another really good year for the young guys to get that experience, to get playoff hardened, to just just become who they need to become for the coming years. And we're gonna have Stafford back next year. I think we're gonna have. Obviously Cup's gonna be probably gone, which is gonna be sad, but I really am looking forward to embracing this new young, Rams football. That's why I'm pretty excited to see who our quarterback's gonna be after Stafford too. But that's not here yet. We're still gonna be playing with Stafford for the next couple of years. He's still a really good quarterback. I think still very excellent, and I'm hype. I'm excited, Sam. I'm excited to see what happens. Let's see if we can knock the draft and free agency. Maybe make a splash trade, hopefully. And we're gonna gear up and get ready for 2025, Sam. So that's all I gotta say about that. Let's see what happens.
One thing I want to acknowledge is that this was on accident. He just got that actually. I'm wearing my Benta shirt.
So
works out.
Yeah, it does.
One thing I want to mention, because of course, if you guys look up above me, fun fact, I got this shirt when I was 13, and I was going over through some clothes I had in my mom's storage, and I found my Dak Prescott jersey that's freaking cooked, and I'm pissed right now. But my boy Kendrick Lamar rocked the house.
He did, bro.
A lot of people hate it, but let's be real. They'll probably eat their food unseasoned.
Yeah.
But other than that was a hell of a freaking halftime. I've always been an avid Kendrick Lamar fan since I was 12, 13, more or less. I can also actually, believe it or not, it's funny because my brother, he does acknowledge that Kendrick won. He does acknowledge it now. It did take a while, but my brother is actually a huge Drake fan.
Yeah.
But he's the one that showed me Kendrick.
Yeah.
And I guess what's me, I gravitated more towards Kendrick. So it was kind of cool to see the fact that I've seen Kendrick when technically maybe I wasn't aware of it, but I did listen to like songs like Swimming Pools, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Mad City, Backseat Freestyle when Good Kid, Mad City came out. Yeah. And then To Pimp a Butterfly, honestly, it kind of went under the radar with me, which is kind of crazy because it's like his more like profound, one of his more profound albums. Won a crap ton of Grammys, had a hell of a Grammy performance out of it. But then I was there because I was already like a freaking huge diehard Kendrick fan when Damn dropped. Yeah. And I remember that's when I used to live in Central. My mom and I wasn't really going through the best of times. We were actually living with her boyfriend at the time in a freaking shed. That was converted into a little mini house, but it wasn't fit to have my mom, her boyfriend, me, and my little sister. But I remember the day that Damn dropped, and of course listening to DNA and going, oh fuck, this shit goes crazy. And with my little cheap ass speaker from Burlington, because if you're Mexican, you shop at Burlington. But it was kind of cool to see from that. And then, of course, from when he dropped the Black Panther LP, I feel like it's one of the more soundtracks that you could tell he put a lot of creativity into it. And he also put a lot of his guys onto it, TDE, Top Dog. As much as I listen to Kendrick, I do listen to other people from Top Dog, like Isaiah Rashad, J-Rock. You love J-Rock. I love Schoolboy Q. I love SZA. I will fucking be in the shower singing to Love Galore. I don't give a fuck. I love SZA. Solo, I think Solo is very underrated. As well as the newcomers like Doechii. Doechii's been making a splash, one freaking mixtape of the year. I've been through it all. I've been through it all as a Kendrick fan. So it was cool to. Oh, of course, I can't freaking acknowledge it. Mr. Morale, Big Steppers.
Yeah, good
I
album.
love that
Great
fucking
actually.
album.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I was going through some shit back then in high school, and listening to that album. And I remember when he like was teasing it. That's when he dropped the Hard Part 5.
Yeah.
And he put like, and Sam, I'll be
I
looking
remember
over
that,
you. And
yeah.
I was like,
I remember that.
what the fuck you mean? And from there, believe it or not, that's where I actually started. Well, I've always been close with this guy, but that's where I started getting closer to Thrash, to Chucky, and then to you. And then that's when I started doing the whole wrestling thing. And then now, here we are.
Yeah.
So to see him at the Super Bowl might just be another art rapper to you guys. Might just be a rapper whose career was made by Drake, which is total bullshit. It was cool to see my favorite rapper and someone that I grew up with. I've been listening to him since I was 13. I'm 21 now.
Yeah.
It was dope to see him on that stage and to fucking rock the house and to put Drake in the fucking coffin, bro.
Dude,
That shit was lit. But what'd you think about it?
I loved it, bro. You know, what I mean, like you said, I've been listening to Kendrick for quite a long time. I was telling Sam, you know, when I was young, this is when swimming pools came out. I used to just play Minecraft and like listen to like songs on YouTube, and swimming pools was one of them. I think I actually found that song because it was in, I think it was Saints
GTA
Row.
5?
Yeah, it was GTA 5.
Yeah.
It was GTA
That
5.
one. There's also freaking Hood. You ain't gotta love it because the hood gonna love it. ADHD. I love ADHD as well.
That was such a great song. ADHD. You know, what I mean, a lot of those early songs. You know, what I mean, I love obviously like just
timeless records.
Yeah, timeless. Yeah, just timeless. You know, I love all of that, and I love Damn. Obviously, who doesn't love Damn?
Damn. Honestly, I remember growing up, I used to say The Good Kid, Mad City was my favorite album. But he would always say, like, nah, Damn's the best, Damn's the best. And Damn is a good album, but I never thought it was the best till now. I think Damn's probably, like, the best.
I always loved Damn. Damn actually, like, to me also is a very, like, pivotal album. Like, I was in 7th grade, 8th grade when that dropped. And I just, like, I remember people in school loved that. Humble, you know what I mean? They're always saying that shit.
I remember the first day Humble dropped. But go ahead.
And it's just, I just love it. You know what I mean? I love that he, I just love Kendrick, you know what I mean? And I love this beef was honestly pretty funny. I never am like one to really like poke my head into anything, but I really don't like Drake, so that was kind of fun to see just all of this, how it went down. And you know, I honestly didn't expect him to play some of the songs he did, like Euphoria.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to play Euphoria. We did the whole guessing thing. My brother said Euphoria, but then he took it back. But then he ended up playing Euphoria.
And he just killed it, man. And like I said, like I was having a pretty bad time, can't lie, because of the fucking results of the game, but that was honestly really cool to see. That was one of the best, I think, halftime shows I've ever seen. He played a lot of really good songs. You know what I mean? I loved it. I wish Swimming Pools was played, but I'm not mad at him. It was great.
Man, I wish Pride was played, but I knew Pride was gonna play, but I would have been there like
but I just loved it. You know, it was just such a great show. Yeah, bro, he killed it. That's all I gotta say, that he killed it.
And then that was say Drake, and then with the biggest fucking smile ever. That was crazy. But yeah, of course, again, people who don't like it are usually the people who are built like 2x4s.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't dabble into the whole hating shit. Not like us hitting billion streams, bro.
Yeah,
what do you mean nobody listens to Kendrick, dog? Get
a lot of people, you know.
Bro. Take the time to count from 1 to 1 billion. You're gonna be here for hours.
Like have like damn near like one quarter of the world. You know what I mean? That literally is.
But at the end of the day, before I start going all fanboy, Super Bowl 59.
Oh man.
You want to start or you want me to start?
I'll start. You know,
okay.
Guys.
All right, go for it.
Guys, this game fucking sucked, guys. You know, I bought a Mahomes jersey. I'm not wearing it.
How much was the jersey?
It was $30.
It's not bad. Okay.
My boy lost. You know, because I like the Chiefs. You know, I really do love Mahomes. You know what I mean? I actually like respect them. So this is just hard to watch because I honestly dislike, you know, Philadelphia a lot. But guys, I don't know. It's like I said, I think in the Super Bowl analysis video last week, this game was going to be decided in the trenches, the offensive line and the defensive line, and boy, was it ever.
Man,
you know,
they didn't even give him a chance to breathe.
They didn't, bro. And like I said, like, you know, Eagles really built up that defensive line, bro. There's some big boys, Jalen Carter, you know, Jordan Davis, a lot of really good players there. Zach Bond, the linebacker, you know. They just have a really great defense and one of the best defensive coordinators ever in Vic Fangio. I think the Chiefs' offensive, they just made too many mistakes right in the first half, and that's just what really kind of just showed. I don't know, like it was just such a weird like first half. I was like, wow, like you know what I mean? Like I just couldn't believe
What was
what
the
I was
score
seeing.
by the time? It was
It
like 24-0.
24-0,
Yeah.
at the end of the first half, and it was pretty hard to really fathom. I think, I just didn't look any better from there. After that, I think just really the Eagles really knew what blitz packages to bring, and not even that. Just when they're rushing four guys and they're dropping back in coverage, those four guys do a lot.
They do enough.
Yeah, they do enough to push that to bring that pressure. And I mean, I learned that in that Rams game a couple weeks ago, and they really look scary, guys. I think the Eagles are gonna be scary for quite a while. They might lose a lot of pieces in free agency, defensive pieces, but to me, as long as that defensive line is built as it is, I think they're gonna be a really force to be reckoned with. And same goes for their offensive line. They're just pushing around Chris Jones and them, George Karlaftis. They really weren't letting them, get through. And to me, that makes me feel a bit better about the Rams because they had 7 sacks in that game against the Eagles. So a lot of more impressive than like with the Chiefs. Like I don't know, the Chiefs really just got outclassed, on all levels of the game, and it's just I think it just goes to show like I think the Eagles really were ready for this like revenge game. I think they really
They were on a mission.
like they took it a lot more seriously. I think and. I don't know. I think Patrick was trying to do a little too much at some points in the game. I get what's happening when you're getting pressured like that, but some of those decisions were costly. Obviously, the pick six, and I think he took one of the other picks. It was just bad. Like just hate to see that. But I give all respect to the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said it last night. Like I'm not mad that the Eagles won, but it's just their fans. I don't think the fans deserve it. They're very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything more about that, but the group of guys there in Philadelphia definitely deserve it.
I still, I mean, don't get me wrong. We might be delusional. Not me, but we might be delusional. But I still think it's crazy that people think we're we're the worst fans.
Yeah, and I agree with you because they honestly are. But like I said, like I'm not taking that into account. The group of guys in Philadelphia, they definitely deserve the Super Bowl. They've been building this team for years with Nick Sirianni since the year that we won the Super Bowl, 2021. That's when they hired Nick Sirianni. And I don't know, it's really impressive to see what they've built with the team. You know what I mean? They went to the Super Bowl in 2022. They came up short, obviously.
I'll still give them that game. That game was fun.
Yeah,
I watched the game by myself.
Yeah.
Not so bad. Go ahead.
Last year they had it was quite a great start. I think they were like 8-1. They were like 8-1 or 7-1 or whatever. And they absolutely collapsed. And that was rough to see. And then a lot of people thought they were done, but yeah, obviously weren't, and they were ready for everything this year. They tore up everything. Got to give all the credits to them. They just were prepared, I guess. They just were prepared on a different level. They found early. They had some early losses early in the year, but I think at some point, they obviously found.
Somehow they lost against the Falcons.
Yeah, they did. I remember that game. It was like week 3, week 2 Monday Night Football.
There's Thursday now?
No, it was Monday night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they really just, at some point, they just finally clicked together. It was just a matter of just getting everybody that's new acclimated, like Saquon Barkley, like Cooper DeJean and the young guys, getting them acclimated to what's happening. And Vic Fangio settled in at some point. And the defense just was on one the entire year. Yeah, like I said, all credits to Philadelphia Eagles. It's crazy, like I always think about like when I first started watching football. When I first started watching football, the Eagles had no Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And a lot of people used to make a lot of jokes about the Eagles having no rings. You know what I mean?
And being around since like the 30s or 1900. Like
and they used to say that the Eagles were like the Browns of the NFC or the NFC East. Like it was pretty funny, but I feel like that's not a narrative that's true anymore. They got 2 Super Bowls now, and they beat 2 of the greatest fucking teams ever to do it. So all credits to Philadelphia Eagles. They've always been a very popular and well-known franchise, but I feel like this is definitely going to catapult them even more. So, and I think they're definitely going to be in the mix for quite a couple more years. So all credits to Philadelphia. You know what I mean? They won the Super Bowl. It was theirs. Sorry to all my Chiefs fans, to my Mahomes guys. You know what I mean? But it's okay, I think they're going to be ready too. They're obviously, this is like the Super Bowl. This is like exactly like what happened in that first Super Bowl that he lost. Mm-hmm. They got fucking blitzed to hell. They came back, reassessed the offensive line, and obviously they won 2 more Super Bowls. So yeah, they're gonna go ahead and figure it out. And Philadelphia's just gonna go ahead and see what they can do to keep who they can keep. I think they're gonna lose Kellen Moore, obviously.
Mhm.
So we'll see what happens there, but I think they'll get somebody good still, and we'll see what happens. But again, congratulations to Philadelphia Eagles for being the champions of the 2024-25 NFL season.
Man, that was a shambles.
Yeah, me too. Don't
Well,
worry.
it's because like right away, like just like the team was not looking good. The interceptions that Patrick was throwing, like I get it. There's usually, like, I think a good quarterback has a few interceptions under his belt. I'm gonna use Stafford as a fucking example.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think a good quarterback is gonna sling it more,
Yeah.
and more interceptions are gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the interceptions that he was throwing yesterday,
Yeah, it was bad,
wild,
yeah, it was
wild.
bad.
It was like if he was playing with the Eagles,
Yeah.
because straight to the fucking defensive backs. The one
Yeah.
to Cooper DeJean, happy fucking belated birthday.
I know.
He the one that I know he was trying to look for the crossing route, and I do that shit all night all the time. I'm pretty sure it was like an out route. He was rolling to the right, and he went for it.
Yeah.
He didn't see DeJean, got it. And then that one where it was like the pick six,
Yeah.
and then I think he had a third one.
Another one, yeah, against Zach Bond.
That was the one where they were like right before the half, and they were like the Eagles.
Yeah,
red zone.
that was that against
Yeah,
Zach Bond.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just did not look like the Chiefs that we're used to.
Yeah.
That whoop ass. Taylor Swift. What the fuck? Travis Kelce was non-existent in the first
He
half,
really was.
and all credit to my Worthy. I love Xavier Worthy, my Longhorn, but usually a good receiver has a good, not a backup, but a good tight end or receiver too that helps distract them.
Yeah.
If Kelsey ain't doing shit, Worthy wasn't doing shit. Mahomes was probably like, I think it was, what I saw was 6-4-14 in the first half. And they're already down 24-0. Eagles were just putting belt to ass.
They were, yeah, they were.
And then halftime came up, my boy rocked it, cheered us up for a bit. And then all of a sudden, Mahomes wanted to be playing good. Went 15 for 18, 3 tutties, was throwing long bombs to Xavier Worthy's twice. Where the fuck was that in the first half, bro?
Yeah, just a little too late.
A little too late. A lot of people were saying he was trying to get his 28-3 moment. He shat the bed with that one.
Yeah.
It was just rough. Eagles defensive lineman completely little boyed the Chiefs lineman.
Yeah.
Every snap that Mahomes would take, and every time he would step back, you would see the pocket, like you would see the pocket form, and right away start closing in because they were not giving Mahomes nor the lineman a chance to breathe.
Yeah.
It was rough. And again, blowouts during the season are cool. You can make fun of the team that loses, but a blowout in the Super Bowl is boring.
Yeah.
It's pretty lame. Again, like let's say hypothetically, if the Eagles won the last time they faced off, which was Super Bowl.
57.
Yeah, he's my stat record because I can never remember the numbers. 57. If the Eagles would have won, I would not that I want to have more respect. Obviously, yes, I have to. They won the Super Bowl. You can't. As a Cowboys fan, you really can't say shit.
Yeah.
But if the Eagles would have won, I would have been there, like, because that game was fucking. I'm gonna also have respect here, but I'm gonna be fucking mad as a football fan that the last game of the 2024-2025 season ended like that.
Yeah, it was bad.
But if it was any other team, I would have been mad. I would have been happy because don't get me wrong, like he brought it up last time. Dynasties are cool because it's part of the game, part of every other game, every other sport. Brady, I think I would have loved the Brady thing if it wasn't the whole fucking Deflategate bullshit.
Yeah.
It was a bit weird, but with this team, I don't know, man. Mahomes had some very diva moments.
Yeah, he did.
And then Kelsey and Swift. And I guess I'm a rap fan, but it's not that I don't like Travis. Fucking too many T's. Taylor Swift. It's just the fact that I don't want to be seeing her on my screen when I'm trying to watch some football. The Chiefs were unbearable, but I fucking hate the Eagles.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see the star that I rock. I'm gonna hate the Eagles,
Yeah.
and I was praying that the fucking Chiefs would win, and they completely shot the bed. And it's weird how Mahomes, whenever he loses, he just doesn't lose by a close game in the Super Bowl. He gets fucking belt to ass.
Yeah, it does.
Happened in Brady again. Everybody freaking gassed the fuck out of that throw when he freaking laid out, but. It happened to Brady, like you said. They were blitzing him. Eagles did the same shit. They didn't even have to blitz him, bro.
Yeah,
Jalen Carter, the Eagles defensive linemen, they're scary.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate to be in the same division because hypothetically, Cowboys do end up finding their way. They just don't find their way in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're probably going to be, and the Commanders, we're probably going to be the three teams that are probably going to be swapping with the Eagles and battling with the Eagles. But the way the Eagles fucking played yesterday, the way Jalen Hurts played yesterday, Saquon, although, yes, he didn't play as good as he did throughout the season. He did put up a good enough. It's just a scary ass team, man. last night I was trying to lie to myself. We were outside just chilling. And I was trying to lie to myself, and I was like, nah, like it's okay. They won their Super Bowl, whatever. But I stopped myself because I'm like, nah, I should shut the fuck up because I'm gonna freaking jinx myself.
Yeah.
But they look like a scary team,
Yeah,
and it's
definitely.
pretty unfortunate because my fucking team has a senile old man running it who refuses to give it to the. I mean, who knows if Stephen Jones is gonna be any better? But bro, just give it to him,
Yeah.
because I don't know, man. He's gonna start with this whole online stuff, but I already talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, unfortunately, do have to give my respects. I didn't do it on XiX. I know. I just straight up put "fuck you," but I was mad because I was just thinking about it, and I was just like, "Come on, Chiefs!
Yeah,
Like the 3P. Man, you weren't even close.
yeah,
Like
they were not.
2 quarters and straight like
Nothing.
goose egg,
Yeah, that was
straight
bad.
goose egg, man.
No fight.
It was rough, but thank God he performed. Because if not, I think if it would have been like how it was back then, like fucking some random, like that one guy that sing Benson Boone, like they probably if it was a freaking like the NFL back then, they probably would have put Benson Boone in the halftime. So luckily, thank you Jay-Z and Rock Nation for putting my boy K Dot,
Yeah.
because I would have fucking like would have crashed out.
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, congrats to the Eagles. I guess makes me want to throw up just saying that.
Me too.
Tough Eagles fans, you can still suck my ass. Other than that, though, we gotta announce something.
Oh shit.
So again, I know we switched the name like 2 weeks before the season, but in reality, it's because I was kind of getting excited and I wanted to make that new logo.
Yeah.
I know that logo goes hard. We have to announce our winner of the 2024-2025 season, whatever. XiX Pick'em game. Now, I'm gonna make a chart and I'm gonna post it on XiX whenever I can. It was funny because at first, let me go ahead and I can have the thing right here. Standings. Okay. At first, I was actually in the lead
You were,
because
yeah.
every week I was kind of getting the win, and then towards the end or towards the middle, more or less, when we started adding like the championship weekend, which was a conference championship games back in college football,
Yeah.
as well as the predictions where we both ended up winning like 3 points each, and they didn't do shit for us.
Mhm.
We're probably gonna switch that next year to make it
Yeah.
a little bit more competitive. But on top of all that, your winner of the XiX Pick'em is your boy Ethan.
Yeah.
With
won, guys.
a final score of 193.95 to 186 and 103.
Damn, guys. Guys, I was telling Sam, I'm honestly pretty impressed with myself, because I had never really tracked my, picks every week. So it's been really fun to do this every week. I've loved it. But yeah, less than 100 losses in my repertoire. You know what I mean? I'm very impressed, honestly, with all the picks that I made. I got really hot towards the late end of the year. I had the undefeated week. You know what I mean? So
That one undefeated week was crazy.
Yeah.
Week 15.
week 15, guys.
And I fucking had a good week too. I went 13-3. And we
Yeah.
still managed to get 16 and
It was good, guys. It's been really fun. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be, the winner of the inaugural XiX Pick'ems season, guys.
Yes, sir. Don't worry. Next year I'll be coming for that title. Oops. Oops. Next year I'll be coming for that win. But yeah, congrats to you, brother.
Thank you.
But I will be coming back for that win next year. Other than that, though, what a season.
It was.
Unfortunately, I hate that the fact that we did this, the first time we did this was when they wanted to play like shit.
Yeah.
But at least we got a good season out of you guys. Imagine if we both sucked and
Yeah,
we were doing this
that
shit.
would've been bad.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
But luckily, it wasn't. The Rams had a good story as well.
They did.
1-5, 2 divisional.
Yeah.
And only losing 6 points to eventual Super Bowl winner is not that bad.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it just shows that you guys have a lot to work with.
Mhm.
I know you're sad that Cooper Cup's leaving.
Yeah.
That completes our last episode. We're never gonna see y'all again. No, I'm just kidding. Initially we did plan that we weren't gonna do it until the fucking next season.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we're not. We're gonna be gone for a bit. We are gonna take a short break. We were here every week recording episodes, so there's not much going on for football, at least not till February, and then we'll take the break of March. And we'll be back in April. Again, congrats to Ethan for being the XiX Pick'em champion for now. Hopefully for now.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, we'll see you guys in April. My name is XiX from XiX First Number.
And I am Ethan from Mistaken for Bacon.
And we'll see you guys.